This week on Xenomania, join us as we travel into the world of love and Valentine's Day and demented serial killers as we explore Heart Eyes and the love songs and the beauty that this rom-com horror slasher brings. This is Heart Eyes. This is Xenomania.
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
And you just keeps getting
Never hated
better.
you more. I just want you to know that. Lone Star.
I
love him
the
more.
The strangest love for that song. I hate to admit it, but something about that song.
It's a good song.
You know what it
I
is?
like
It's
that
the
song.
countless weddings, I think, that turned me off to it.
I don't get invited to
There you
weddings,
go.
so
There you go. Actually, we got to learn that hack. Just take down 15 Miller High Lifes before the ceremony starts, and you will stop getting invited to weddings. That's not how John did it, but that's how I'd do it.
one per friend group, you know.
There you go.
It's simple. Bomb one of them, and you don't get invited to the
Instead
rest.
of murdering people at weddings, like in our movie that we're doing today, which is Heart Eyes, everybody, by the way, my tradition is to break into the groom's suite and make sure he takes a slug of scotch before he goes out there. I've successfully done it at about 5 weddings, and I always bring good scotch. I'm like, you got to do this because this is going to be the worst day of your life. And one time we did it right. Somebody went out and got like nice glasses and ice and stuff, but for the most part, it's either passing a bottle around, just the dudes, or whatever. And 2 of them I was in the wedding party, but the other 3 I literally just like broke in.
Just showed
Yeah,
up. You were just like, listen.
So
I was gonna say, where were you for my wedding, man?
Oh, that
I
would've
mean,
been
we had
cool.
a bottle of tequila going around.
that's another good way to do it.
We had Mr. Rob Trauma, name shout. He brought it. Thank you. It was a good day. Yeah, as you're shaking your head, you know.
I don't know, man. I couldn't get drunk at my wedding. I tried.
No, yeah, there's like you get extra
No?
armor
Tried.
at your own wedding. There was never a second I didn't have a glass in my hand because this person was like assigned to just deliver them to me and a few other people that were there, including my mother and stepfather. And it took until like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning because we did like an after party and all this stuff until I started to feel tired. Not even drunk.
Yeah.
It was wild. We had a great time. Kim and I really enjoyed our wedding.
Yeah, we enjoyed ours too. It was
Your
nice.
pictures are cool. I haven't seen pictures of yours, Ryan, but I've seen pictures of John's.
Especially the one where Allison's on the floor after I tripped her during
He
our
threw a
first
hip
dance.
toss in there. This is for the listeners out there. If you want to assert dominance over your wife early on, I checked over my shoulder to make sure my wasn't sitting there. You throw her on the ground as you do the walk.
You just give her a hip toss.
I mean, to be fair, it's as simple as stepping on the dress because you're a big oaf and you can't dance. And you happen to mention it as you were walking into the ballroom for the dance that, hey, do you think we should have practiced this before we did
Fred
it?
Astaire.
And Allison said, no, we know how to dance. We're
And
good.
apparently she was wrong.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, nah. Jada and I did a slow dance. You know, we had our traditional dances, and then it just became like a club scene, I'll be honest. We had it was crazy. My father-in-law had some medical emergency happen. So what they did was, because of like everything going on, they were like, listen, we don't do shots, but after seeing this, we're just going to make this a club scene for you, and we're just going to let you have fun. My father-in-law was okay. He was okay. He was in the hospital, and he made it through. But, it was like they made it better than what it was. And it was a memorable night.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped partying at 5 in the morning.
Cool.
So, yeah.
I mean, somebody brought mushrooms, which not mushrooms. Well, that too, but somebody brought pot brownies to ours, and not that I didn't partake, obviously, but they were circulating. They gave them to the wait staff of the place.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we tipped them out really well too. We really hooked them up, and so they were already pretty happy. But I didn't realize why they were so happy. And
Well,
it was
yeah,
one of my cousins.
They were high.
My cousins brought like a huge Tupperware of it. It was pretty funny.
Imagine if they started playing "Earache My Eye" or "Earache My Eye." I'm sorry.
But these are our wedding experiences that we're throwing out here, our personal ones at that. But if the movie starts out with a great engagement scene, like super, and it really sets the tone for the entire film too, because it's super cliche, very fake. Like everything about the engagement is fake.
I feel so bad for him. He's so forced into
I'm
it.
glad he died. It saved
Oh,
him
he was
45
that was a
50
quick
years
death.
of misery ahead. She was brutal.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, you put it in my food."
Yeah, she was.
He puts the ring in the strawberry.
Why do we do this stuff? Why can't we just propose? Why does it have to be this whole photo shoot thing?
Didn't do a photo
propose
shoot.
standing up.
So I did something cheesy. I wrote like a story, and then I had her read the first part like I was going to try to get it published, and I saved the last 3 pages, which revealed it was like about us and in the future after we'd been married. And I made her read those pages, and then I proposed. But we didn't have like a photo shoot set up or anything. There was like a Dominican family, like a huge family, having a raucous barbecue right next to where I decided to do this. And they saw us and flipped out. And that was like, that made it 10 times cooler because they, they went nuts. And they took pictures of us. So we do have a picture of me proposing, but that's why.
That's cool, though.
We had exactly the minimalist proposal that you would expect from the two of us. I had told Allison, when you graduate nursing school, I will propose. The night of her last class, she came home, sat down on the couch. Will you marry me? No pictures, no fanfare, no nothing.
Oh, wow.
And it was exactly how we both wanted it to be.
It's charming too, though.
Awesome.
Like people forget that there's a charm to the way these things are done, specific to the people who are doing them, and that is very you and Allison. That's cool, man. That's cool. Well, these people died, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's one a lot worse.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. The cameraman gets it in the eye with a knife, which was an awesome scene. I feel like, was this movie in 3D?
It felt like it was shot that way, but I don't know
believe
if it had a
so.
theatrical release.
All right. No. I could.
Yeah, no, I don't think it had a theatrical. It did not have a 3D.
Because, like, that knife scene had, like, I was thinking of Friday the 13th Part 3, when, like, the thing, like the knife or the machete comes to the camera.
What's
like
the
knife
subtitle
just,
for that? Because I saw that one of the Friday the 13th was part of the inspiration for this movie and how the killer operates. Was it 3? Is that like Jason's Revenge or something?
If I would think 3 because of the movement, but if it's Jason, maybe Part 4, maybe? Just because it's just the movement, like how the Hard Eyes Killer moves, HEK.
HEK.
Abbreviated.
That actually added something, by the way, because it kind of gave you the BTK feel, so it gave a little something to that, to the whole like Crime Stopper aspect of the movie. But I digress.
Also, his history too, like how the newscasters cover that. It's like he has a history, or she has a history.
Or they have.
You don't know. You don't know.
Ooh,
Are you poly serial killer? Are you not poly? Anyway, we're gonna get to that in a little bit. But the massacre of the starting couple is pretty cool. It does set the tone. It scratches the itch.
Yeah, it does.
And like, she is not very bright, because there's a moment in there where she almost escapes. She's kind of hidden. She's kind of out of view. And the killer, Hard Eyes, calls her, and she answers. But not only does she answer with her super loud ringtone, she then talks crap to him.
She's an idiot. The whole time she's an idiot. She's so mean. And then, of course, she gets...
And then she hides. Yeah, she has to hide in that vat.
It's a grape crusher. They're at a vineyard.
Yeah.
She hides in the grape crusher.
Smushed.
Yeah, and she gets crushed as though a grape. And that's the end of her.
I didn't know that was going to happen. Yeah. I thought she was going to get spun around or something. And then once I saw it coming, I was like, oh, this is going to be gruesome. But I love how this movie isn't afraid to show the deaths.
It does show the
like
gore.
Bring it on.
Did not
and it's over the top and campy in a way too. So it's I don't know if that makes it more palatable for some people. I thought it was great. I laughed hysterically when she ate it because you don't like they took the extra 40 seconds to make sure you didn't like her, which made her death
Yep.
even
Yeah,
better.
absolutely.
Oh
Yeah.
man. So the movie then
Yep.
segues right away to the cops, and we get like the over the top cop stuff, and we have the actress named is it Joanna Brewster?
Jordana
Jordana
Brewster.
Brewster.
Damn it. Of Fast and Furious fame. I think she's been in other movies, but nobody would have seen those, I'm sure. And you shouldn't have seen more than one Fast and Furious, by the way, if you're out there. Yep. Yep. I will post up on this, Ryan.
I don't know. Fast and the Furious, after about the fourth one, becomes a guilty pleasure.
Because of like
It does,
Ejectocito, cuz.
Yeah, I like the Fast and Furious movies more as they get later
they're
in the
more
series
ridiculous.
because they just get so
Yeah.
ridiculous. The first one is like, I don't even, who cares?
The
Family, great, thanks, Vin. Family.
Doesn't he get written out and then written back in like 7 movies later? Yeah,
Yes.
this is so ridiculous.
Yeah,
He gets
yeah,
written back in the
he's-
fourth one.
Yeah, he's out, but you know, Walker dies, so they have to bring Vin Diesel back, or else who's left in the franchise? You can't run that franchise around the side characters.
True.
What, Tyrese? Yeah, you
Ugh.
can't. What?
You know you can't. No, Tyrese is fine. That character is pretty thin.
Oh, Roman? Yeah. He's better in the second one.
So Jordana Brewster.
Yeah,
Jordana Brewster.
Jordana Brewster.
She plays
Jordana Brewster.
and her
Shaw,
police.
and she's investigating the crime scene. She's
Mhm.
like pulling pieces of scalp out of the grape crusher. It's pretty cool. We do get an allusion to the Fast and the Furious because the detective she works with, who's like pretty lame and thin, is what's his last name? Hobbs, right? The detective Hobbs.
One's Hobbs, one's
Hobbs and
Shaw.
Shaw.
Yeah. And that's Devon Sawa, who's you've seen in stuff. He's the idle hands
and
kid.
I kind of wish
Okay.
that they made him more prominent in this because he's got chops. It felt like he was
Yeah.
a side character
Yeah,
in this
he-
movie. Like the
Oh, is that
I mean,
the...
he kind of
background
was.
music, and he shouldn't be background music. I'll put that out actually for you guys to discuss a little bit. That guy's a good actor. I think he was in one of the X-Men movies too.
I didn't...
I believe you're right. Yeah.
His debut was in The Little Giants.
Yeah,
which
and he was
is one of my favorite movies. And he's
Mm-hmm.
the human version of Casper. Sorry. Going through my childhood right now. I didn't realize this was the guy.
Oh, so every
I
young
forgot there was
girl-
a human version of
Yeah, well,
Cass.
that was like a big thing
Well-
for adolescent females when he was revealed and dances with her and says the lines. They all like fell in love with him.
Yep. And it's only like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
And then he turns back.
and Casper.
It scares everyone.
Casper, and then the rest of his career was what it was. But it's not bad. He just kind of vectored to horror.
No, like he went into horror and then he went away for a while, kind of, and then the last few years he's sort of reemerged in some good indie
cool.
stuff.
He was actually acting. That's nice to hear. Good stuff. Well, in this movie, not so good. He's just kind of there. Maybe he needed to pay off like his second mortgage.
No, I think that this was a paycheck for him. He doesn't have much to do
So
here.
They head through and we get introduced next. We go into the rom-com aspect of the movie, which is significant. There's a lot of rom-com stuff in this, and it's there deliberately. It's not there just because they need rom-com stuff. They're making fun of rom-coms. I appreciated that.
Yep.
And we get to meet Allie. I suck with names.
Played by Olivia
I'm
Holt.
getting names this week. I'm very excited for myself. And Allie's a marketing executive for a stupid company about stupid things. I think it's like some jewelry or something. Not important.
Blood
Oh,
diamonds,
sweet.
as she puts it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's a
Blood
good person,
Diamonds,
right?
and she's created an ad campaign that is an absolute
That's like my
disaster.
I thought it was good.
I kind of liked it, but it's not good.
Not when there's a serial killer running around.
I understand why it's not going to work because it's all about like lost love and in the middle of a serial killer carving up the city on Halloween on Valentine's Day.
No.
But it's relating to the
Same difference.
Halloween, St. Valentine's Day. Everything's
They're
the
both
same.
scary,
Just
They all have candy.
equally scary.
But it works, and we get introduced to her counterpart because they have to have some romantic friction. The incredibly good-looking guy, I don't know his name.
Jay.
Of course,
Jay.
Jay. Very three-dimensional.
played by
Jay
Mason Gooden.
Mason Gooding Jr.
And he does what he needs to do. They have like this stupid scene in the coffee shop, which is recreated from another movie, I think, with Kate Hudson.
Yes.
I don't know if that's her with like McConaughey or something.
Sleepless. Oh, I was going with Sleepless with Seattle a little
that-
bit. Or You Got Mail.
Yeah,
That's
no.
Tom
I owe the one. Kate Hudson and was it that? Oh,
Is it
shoot,
McConaughey?
I've actually seen.
I've
that
seen
one.
like a lot of rom-coms.
It might. She did. I have too. I dated somebody who loved rom-coms, so I saw a lot of late '90s,
I didn't
early
have to date
2000s
them, man.
rom-coms.
I like Crazy Stupid Love is like a good movie. I watch that constantly. I just enjoy
Never
it.
seen
Oh
it.
man, it's Steve Carell and the Gaz, Ryan Gosling.
Hold on. I thought that was just a comedy, though.
It is. It's a rom-com for sure.
That's the one they beat each other up, and then I know.
That's a great
I know what you're
scene.
talking about now. Yeah,
Oh man,
that's the scene.
If you haven't seen that movie, you got to see it.
Is the Kate Hudson one How to Lose a Guy in 10
Probably.
Days?
Yeah, with Heath Ledger.
Oh, it's Heath Ledger's. No, it's not.
No. I think that was. I think
was
that was Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey with Terry No, was it Failure to Launch?
How to Lose a Guy.
Terry Bradshaw.
I think it could have been Failure to Launch.
Oh no,
Why do I
No, you're
remember
right.
these stupid movies?
Matthew McConaughey. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Okay, so we got it. I got the act.
You're right.
I think he might have also been in Failure
want
to
extra
Launch.
points for
I
the
think
game
Matthew
for knowing
McConaughey
this.
had a little rom.
So they do that for the coffee scene. But they already start making fun of it because like they keep headbutting each other and like, oh my god, we have the same super specific coffee order, and the barista's like, no, it's actually quite common. Can you get out of the way? And stuff like that. Then we get into the marketing portion where she sucks at her job and she's gonna get fired, and he gets brought in.
And her boss is very Miranda
Yep,
Priestley.
Miranda Priestley.
Very, very, very Devil Wears
And then
Prada.
Yep.
Like even the hair to some extent, like longer, but with like sort of the same streaks and highlights in it.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't catch that actually. I was too focused on the what women want kind of Mel Gibson, what's her face from Twister. Helen Hunt, yeah, that rom-com-y thing that they did. So they pull in a lot of stuff from a lot of different movies. They know their stuff in this. Their framework.
Yeah, they do. And I mean, the Monica character basically talks in movies.
Yeah.
She has whole sections of dialogue where she's just either quoting or just using the names of movies as sentences.
Which is nice. It's like they know their pop culture and they're bringing it to the foreground for this generation. Yeah. And that's what I like about this film is it's very modern, but it's got that 80s vibe with the gore, the slasher style, the villain. Like, it works. And I'm shocked, like, not a lot of people have talked about this recently, too.
I mean, it got buzz about this time last year when it came out. It was that, but then, like, if I remember right, it came out around the same times as Long Legs and a couple of other things that were really way more hyped after.
Okay.
So it sort of got
This
buried.
compared to Long Legs. Yeah, I could see. I mean, the reception of Long Legs and stuff is varied, but comparatively, as far as like horror movies coming out, this is another slasher.
Yes.
Hard Eyes is just a slasher. It's a fun ride and it's a good watch, but it's not like Long Legs where you're getting something that might be groundbreaking. In the end, I don't necessarily think that was, but it was more deep in the horror. It was trying to scare you. This movie's not trying to scare you.
I jumped a couple times.
Yeah, I mean it's got a couple jump scares to it, but it's not
it's
like
a thriller.
Like it's not focused on the scare. Yeah.
There's no like creepy Mike Myers slasher vibes in this, a scary building of tension and stuff. No, this is a ride. You paid admission for a ride, and it's fine for what it is.
Yeah, it works as for a fun time. It's a fun, like it's a, it's kind of a nice, like if you're into horror, it's a nice Valentine's night date night movie.
It's interesting how they sporadically appear, the horror comedies. Like, I think it's got to be about 10 years now. I might be misdating, but like Happy Death Day. That was a decent horror comedy. Yeah. And that's like, now it's like, I think it's 10 years later now. Now we got Hard Eyes, so it's just that. Yeah, so it's like sporadically we get these horror comedies that hit that spot. I would even consider like Evil Dead Rise. I walked in thinking it was going to be a horror comedy, and that's not even horror
That is
comedy
not a
anymore. That's just
comedy.
like more horror. No.
That was
So
deep in the vein.
They went straight
Oh,
horror
yeah.
there.
so yeah, I mean, so it's nice to see a movie like this, and I would like to see more films like this because it's more inviting.
For
I
every
would
one of
say.
these, I want like 3 long legs. I want more thinker ones.
Weapons.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
weapon. Yeah, not just long legs, like weapons and like sinners, even things like that. I like.
Bring her back.
No, not more of that. Not so much. Hey, you want to play a game?
Oh yeah, I have a game
It's
for
called
you
What's
guys.
All the Ways Ryan's Being a Son of a Bitch.
Oh, we're gonna play that game.
Yeah. Bring him back.
I have a movie game for you
yay.
guys. Yeah, we're gonna deviate from our normal slasher stash tonight, and we're gonna go to real or fake.
Man.
First one of 2026. First one of season 2.
I up on this. Oh no.
I have 10 movies for you.
Okay.
Some of them are real. Some of them came from my messed up brain.
Okay, so here's the big question: how did Allison do with the list?
She didn't take the test this time because she was sitting with me trying to develop some of the titles.
Gotcha. Oh, that's not.
Man,
That's
so
not good for us at all.
No, we're going in like blind on this one. Well, we always go in blind, but
Well, yeah, but we've sort of gotten used to John's rhythm.
She did compliment my imagination as we were doing this, so
Yeah.
we went
I
dark.
don't know if I'm going to go ahead and do that.
I mean, listen, you both know I dropped one.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah. I kind of wish
I'm
going to
bring that back sometime.
Yes, please.
Oh, that's going to show up somewhere. Right. That's going to show up somewhere. It was going to be a killer goat movie.
I'm thinking of the name.
Oh my lord.
That has to do with throats.
Yeah. Well, there it is.
But I didn't say it, so
fine.
we're good.
You're fine.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
All right. Movie number 1, real or fake? The title is Teeth. Dawn learns she has a secret self-defense weapon when a fellow student attempts to assault her. Vagina dentata.
Real.
I know about that one.
Yeah.
It's rare that I'm lucky.
Oh,
That's the
you never seen Teeth? God bless you.
You didn't see
Like
it?
literally, God bless you. Oh, I thought you were saying it.
No, it's a
didn't see
rare
it.
one
That's
that
why I was like,
I
God
know
bless you.
about. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a rough watch.
Yeah, there was a lot of late 80s anime, like gritty anime movies that really delved into that subject matter. So it didn't destroy me, but I was like, oh my god.
The reality of it to be like in the flesh.
They should show that for
was
like abstinence
Yeah.
videos in health classes in school. That'd be great, right?
That would be the only way you could make abstinence education work.
Yes.
If you do this, it might get bitten off.
Even then, though, they're like, what are my odds?
Is it
Just
25-75?
wait a teenage
50-50?
boy from that.
Coin
Yeah.
flip.
What are we talking about here? All right. Let's see.
All right. Movie number 2. Berry Gut. Berry. A new fad diet is sweeping the nation as millions ingest the latest superfood, hoping for improved digestive health. The side effects are deadly.
Berry. I'm gonna go fake. It's familiar to a creep show episode.
I think it's fake too, but I'm going to go real. Damn
It's
it.
fake.
I should have done.
I see you trying to study my
No, he's
facial
hiding behind the
reactions.
mic.
By any chance, was your inspiration from Creep Show season 1 with the weight loss?
Probably from
with weight loss
Instagram
leeches.
advertisements, because that's all I see.
Nope. I mean, it may have been like subtly injected through either of those things, but no, that was...
All right.
That's a good idea. Berry guts.
I'm disappointed in myself because I knew that was
Okay.
big. All right, let's go.
Number 3. Zombie ass. Toilet of the dead. Megumi and her friends are intent on enjoying a trip to the woods when they are attacked by stinky zombies.
You did this, John.
See,
Is this title translated? Hold on, I'm gonna look up zombie ass translated into Japanese. Is this a foreign film?
It is a Japanese film. Maybe.
I don't know.
Possibly.
Maybe.
He never messes with zombie films, but yeah, I'm gonna. There is probably a market for this.
Definitely a market.
It probably is.
I'm gonna go with real.
I'm gonna go with the real too. I'm gonna go on this bandwagon.
This one's real. It's as bizarre as it sounds like.
As soon as I heard Megumi, I was like, "Oh, this could be real."
There is a lot of farting in this movie, and a lot of it's pretty funny though.
Stuff.
All right, I'm gonna skip that one for later. Movie number 5, Iron Lung. In the aftermath of the Quiet Rapture, in which all known planets have vanished, a convict is sent to explore a moon with an ocean of blood.
I'd watch this.
That does sound good. Fake.
It is fake. It's real.
It's real.
It's real.
It's coming out right about now. It's from that YouTube guy Markiplier.
Okay.
The guy who made Skibbity Toilet.
And now you think he's a game guy.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
It sounded like Waterworld for a second. I was like, is he throwing this off with Kevin Costner reference? Blood.
It's blood, Barry.
It's blood.
Barry, it's blood. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Next movie, Hammer Toe.
Fake.
You didn't even listen to it.
After dying during a routine foot surgery, Henry is reanimated as the vengeful Hammer Toe.
I'm sticking with fake.
I'm going to take a chance. I'll say real.
And I've caught up.
I
caught up. Yay. Now we're tied again, I think.
This one is fake.
I would have laughed if that was actually real. I was like, reanimator vibes.
No, as soon as it was Hammer Toe, I was like, John made this happen.
Okay, let's see. Let's see how confident you are now. Brain rot.
Ooh.
The latest viral video has left viewers as mindless, ravenous killing machines. It's up to Wayne and Susan to delete the video before civilization ends.
Real.
I feel like it could be real. Wayne and Susan. Fake. Yes.
It is fake.
Journey Boy takes the lead.
It's all right.
This one will be right up your alley, Ryan. Next movie is Elbow Drop.
Ooh.
Pro wrestler Silas Reaper attempts the riskiest move of his career. An elbow drop from the top of the Jumbotron, but he botches the move and dies. 3 years later, his former rivals are invited to a mysterious wrestling promotion.
This is fake. It's your longest description.
There's
So far.
So far.
there is a wrestling movie though, and you're just exactly explain the same. I'm gonna go real. I'm gonna take a chance.
I think it's real too.
I'm gonna take a chance because there is a movie. Chris Jericho's in it.
Oh, that's Dark Match.
Oh,
damn.
Fake.
You can't change your answer.
I'm joking. I know.
should've made
I
you.
was there.
Yeah, you locked in
I'm
as real. This is
Oh
fake.
wow, that's a
I was
good one,
thinking
John.
of-
That was a really good one.
The only thing I needed help on that one was a wrestler name. I was
Silas
having a hard
Reaper
time coming up
was
with a good wrestler name.
That wasn't
I was
bad.
like Con Air, Cyrus the Virus, Silas the Virus.
Cyrus the Virus.
That was a manager in ECW, my good sir. Don Callis,
Yep.
Cyrus the Virus.
Yep. All right,
Yes.
ready?
Yes, sir.
Next one. Have you guys figured out the theme yet? Because they are
Oh,
themed
really?
also.
No, I didn't.
Um,
Zombie ass feels very athematic here.
romanticism.
Need a
Nope.
wrestler one, zombie one, a toothed orifice.
Think of the
You
taint.
said
The
you almost said
names.
taint.
Taints. Yeah. Think of the
Think of
taint.
the names. I can't do that right now. I don't remember any of them.
All right.
Zombie ass. Elbow drop. All parts of the body.
Yeah, they're all
That's
body
cool.
parts.
All right.
Like heart eyes. All
Ah.
right, all right, all right.
Yeah,
I like it.
We tie things together here at
Very
Xenomania.
nice.
Zombie ass.
Very nice.
Next movie, Armchair Quarterback. A rabid football fan is so angered by the play of his team's signal caller that he abducts him. Unbeknownst to the fan, the star QB is more than a mere football player.
Real.
Yeah, I'm going to go real on that, too.
No way.
What?
Yeah, Allison's definitely a wild card factor involved here because we had you beat up last time.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. All right.
That sounded like
I had to get help.
That sounded like a Roger Corman
right.
classic.
I have 2 left for you guys.
All right.
2? 2, yeah. I only
I mean,
have
we've
2
been doing
left.
this for a while.
That's a shame. Yeah. Second to last movie is called Butt Boy. Recovering alcoholic Detective Fox is convinced that his sponsor Chip is the prime suspect in his investigation of a missing child. Even worse, he begins to suspect that people are disappearing up Chip's butt.
It's got to be fake. Please tell me that's fake.
I'm gonna go real. I'm going with real on this one.
This is 100% a real fucking movie.
Jesus.
No. Okay.
I almost forgot about it too. All right, which leaves us with our final movie. Head.
Heed.
Head.
Al Snow.
While on a weekend camping trip, 5 friends discover that they are staying at the site of a mass murder. History begins to repeat itself, with the group's numbers dwindling. The twist? The cast is all puppets.
Ew, my goodness. I can't lose, so I can guess whatever I want.
That's true. I'm thinking of Team America, Thunderbirds.
I think this is fake. He seems proud.
I'll go fake with it too. The puppets.
You said that's true. You can't
It's
do
real.
that. It is real. Oh, he's got it right there.
Hold on.
I can't get the glare
Oh,
off
There, I
of it.
saw
Hold
that
on.
there
Little
for a
to the
second.
right.
There you go. Oh. Yeah, don't mess with the light. Just
So-
leave it right over here on the side. Up
Is
and to
there-
the left. There you go. Up a little.
There we go.
Up a little.
Is it live action? No live.
Oh, yeah.
Like not live action. Like
It's live puppet action.
okay, I was gonna say there's no
Live
real people.
puppet
There's-
action.
There's some puppet on puppet
No,
love.
it's just like Team America.
Yeah. And look, I mean, you'll notice in this bottom corner here, my copy is autographed.
Oh, that's cool.
Sweet. Good for you. Good for
From
you.
director or director, writer,
Yep.
writer.
Yeah, you
Okay.
keep that hidden.
Director, writer, producer, probably voices.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I did not think that was a hard one.
That was a hard one.
I like that one.
That was good.
That one was a lot of fun to
Bet
make.
it was. You're absolutely out of your mind.
Yeah. Oh, that.
Yep.
Let's get back into it, gentlemen.
I'm still thinking of the second to last movie. That's really a real movie. I'm sorry.
It's really a real movie.
Butt
Jesus.
stuff. I forget what the name of it.
Really
I'm
real.
Oh,
I've never
Butt
been more
boy.
proud of getting one right.
but
Butt
boy.
boy. Ah, man. All right, back to Hard Eyes. So we have this
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you do what you do.
Oh no. Are you so in love with?
I'm so in love with you. Just keeps getting better.
Oh no. He's doing it again.
I'm digging it.
You look like you are, you foul
Dig it.
creature, you. So, Hard Eyes. This movie does have a significant issue in that there's not a tremendous amount of kills. The kill count is pretty low.
Yes.
I mean, that doesn't have to
And
be an issue. But
The on-screen
yeah.
the on-screen is low. It's implied that there's 2 years worth of multiple killings in other cities, and one of the news reports mentions, I think, like 2 more couples were killed.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of off-screen as well
Good
as the
point.
on-screen
Yeah,
ones.
that's a good point.
which it's not bad because it worked for this film, but I feel like it would have added more if someone close to Allie would have died. Like her friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was expecting her to die, but
Yep.
nothing
She's
happens.
fine.
And it's
Mhm.
I feel like her death would have made it a little more better.
They only go after
because it
Allie
would
and
have-
Jay. Well, they
Mhm.
kind of only go after Allie and Jay because they mistaken them for a couple. But then we find out later on
Yes.
that the killer that they take down first, spoiler, is a dude from her dating app, right? Yeah, so it's not
Mhm.
really like it's weird how that works.
No, the first one they take out is just sort of like a random
Okay.
follower.
Yep.
So I guess we'll get into spoiler territory right now and say there are 3 Hard Eyes
Yes.
killers.
Yes, there are.
This is a sort of poly throuple.
Yeah, it is exactly what it is. Actually, they're Trojan horsing.
I don't know how.
poly
I don't know
movies
how
now.
much. I don't know how much the poly aspect is there because they like when their third is dead. They're upset, but it's not
He's replaceable.
devastating. They're just sort of
Yeah.
He was a follower. He was replaceable. Like he was. The 2 main ones. The couple are the irreplaceable Hard Eyes elements.
We'll
Agreed.
reveal who they are soon. Anything from the point where we are, where Jay and Allie are kind of targeted to get basically the ending sequence where they kill the first one. Anything you guys want to touch on?
I mean, basically, from the first time they encounter Hard Eyes, it's a chase movie.
Yep.
And that first encounter in Allie's apartment, when she opens the closet door to try to hide the sex toy.
I said
And-
I had to rewind that because Jada, I was laughing. Jada was like, "Why are you laughing?" I rewound it. I was like, "Just watch this," and she started dying laughing. I was like, it's something you're not expecting in a horror film.
Yeah, there's a lot of
which
like
makes it
humor,
which makes it
yeah,
good.
campy humor stuff. The rom-com stuff like kind of overwhelms the horror stuff in this movie.
Makes it an easy watch if you're like squeamish with like death and gore and all that. It makes it a little easier. I feel it's welcoming.
It's the sugar
Very
coating on
welcoming.
the medicine.
I like
But
that.
it also makes the movie a bit more unique. There hasn't been a movie like this in a while. Like, I'm not saying this is like Academy Award worthy or anything like that, but it is unique and it does get the job done.
Yeah.
Yep.
So after the first encounter, the cops arrest Jay, and it certainly seems like they plant evidence on Jay. Hobbs and Shaw seem like they're planting evidence.
Yep.
They have a mask and a knife that we all know, having seen, Jay never had.
Yep.
You go to the police station, you get, some more deaths
Yeah,
there.
Hard Eyes
And
attacks at the
it's-
police station. How weird.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. There happens to be an IT guy at the police station.
Gotta get rid of that guy.
Who
Oh
who
yeah.
recognizes Allie from Bumble or whatever. What I forget what
Bumble.
app they said she was on, but Bumble. Or he recognizes her, but it's kind of like a throwaway little thing in the moment, and then Hard Eyes attacks, and that's where you kind of lose one of the people you would think is the primary suspect in Devon Sawa,
Yep.
because his time in Hard Eyes is brief.
Yeah, it is. It's like right in the beginning, like a quarter through, right?
He gets to about halfway, but
Halfway.
it's really like 3 scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he gets the scene at the vineyard, he gets the scene when they arrest Jay, and he gets an interrogation scene, and that's about it for him.
Yeah, he was a quick turnaround.
And like, I mean, from there it just like it gets you into even more of an on the run, you know, running through carnivals and drive-ins and hiding in the hippies van while the
That was
hippies
an
have
interesting
sex in the
scene.
back, and they're trying to
Yep.
warn him.
The whole drive-in scene is interesting because the Hard Eyes HEK goes crazy. He just starts killing everyone.
Yeah,
And it's like there's all your death right there, but it's like cramped up in one scene,
Yeah.
which it
Massacre.
works. Yeah, I mean, it can work in certain movies. It worked in this one, but sometimes that's a big chance, I feel. Because
because it's the moment that Hard Eyes is completely out of character.
Yep.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
It's not couples anymore. It's more indiscriminate.
And maybe that's why they didn't care, because the guy wasn't in their vision. The guy was just maybe there just to kill.
For the love of the game.
Yeah. I mean, he's certain. Yeah. So after offing some hippies, Jay and Allie managed to take that one out. And, you know, if you're paying attention to how much time is left in a movie or how long you've been watching a movie, you know that can't
Right.
be the end.
I paused it and I saw how much time. I'm like, how are we going to do this right now? Because they just killed the main killer.
Are we just going like full RomCom
That would
from
have been
here
funny
out? Like,
if they
what are
did
we
the
doing?
old bait and switch on you. But no, they use a tire
Right.
iron, they take him out,
Yep.
and then we get kind of a resolution scene, don't we? A little bit, don't they? Like get together a little bit. I forget how that goes right after he dies.
Right after the first Hard Eyes, they sort of end awkwardly, and Jay's going to the airport to
That's
get on
right.
the plane to go to
There's
his friend's
another
wedding.
trope.
And Allie goes home, and she's mopey, and she talks to Monica, who in a slew of movie quotes convinces her to go after Jay.
Yep.
And then we find
And
out
she gets to the
Jay is not
airport,
there
and no Jay.
because he got a
Jay has been kidnapped by.
no,
Well, no,
arrested,
at that
yeah,
point he's
kidnapped, right.
kidnapped. He's kidnapped by the remaining Hard Eyes killers, who are now
Sorry, these days
revealed.
it's so hard to tell the difference between arrested and kidnapped. So
Jesus.
Yeah.
zing, hey, sometimes the comedy's dark. So Jay has been kidnapped, detained, and
Detained.
and Allie has to go and get him.
And that's when
Yep.
the big reveal happens, and we see it's
Yep.
Janine Shaw, our detective, and David, the IT guy.
Yeah, who are very much in love and traveling the country annually to kill
is neat.
people.
I'll say this.
I like when couples do stuff together.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
it's a bond.
And they identify it as a fetish.
Which is alluded to in the
And, I
beginning.
mean,
'Cause she
listen.
does say this is a fetish in the
Yep.
Grape Crusher.
Yep.
And you know, listen, I'm all for your fetishes, but yeah, this one's probably a little too much.
It's to the extreme.
Pretty safe statement to make, yeah.
To the extreme, they rock the mic like a vandal.
Oh, what is wrong with you today? That's not even
Yes.
a Valentine's Day song.
No. I just can't help it. Somebody says to the extreme, and I hear Vanilla Ice.
Should probably get that checked out.
sorry.
But so at this point, we have to get our two heroine and hero. We have to get them over the top. They've got to beat Hobbs and Shaw. How do they do it?
Well, they give Allie an offer as Jay is tied up in front of her, and they say, we realize you're not a couple, so you can prove it. We have a revolver right there. One bullet. You're either going to put a bullet in your head to show that you love him, or you're going to shoot him and kill him, and you can walk free. And she pulls the trigger. She shoots him in the shoulder, but as the bullet hits his shoulder, CSI mode, it goes through his back shoulder and hits Detective Shaw right in the abdomen.
Bang, bang.
And she goes
Which
down.
really pretty amazing for Allie, considering her first efforts at shooting at Hard Eyes in the police
Yeah.
station, where she misses every single shot badly.
That is an awesome shot, awesome scene. It reminded me of The Jerk
Mhm.
when the
Yeah.
guy keeps missing
These
him with the
cans
sniper.
are all defective.
He hates these cans.
So, from there, the scramble occurs, and we've got
Yep.
injured Shaw,
Mhm.
injured Jay, Allie, and IT Dan, whatever his name is. Pretty thin.
David?
I mean, you get your battle, they overcome. Anything notable there you guys want to
Mhm.
explore? There's not much to it.
It's a pretty straightforward hero villain end battle.
And then
This
You know, you get the moments where it looks like, Jay and Allie are in danger, and they rally, and
there's that.
I appreciated the
Win.
special effects.
Yeah, they didn't skimp on that.
Like, yeah, David getting the wax on him and getting him immolated, to Shaw getting her head cut off and put on the sword of Saint Valentine, getting her head cut off. Like, it's like you're not expecting that, especially how the film has been. Like, you get that one big scene in the beginning when the woman gets crushed, the knife in the eye, and you're like, okay, but it's an art, and they made it work, and the special effects really stand out, especially when a time when everything's like CGI. Practical effects still have something important to do in horror, and it shows.
I appreciated the choice of using the arrow, by the way. I don't know if you guys,
Yep.
touched on that, Cupid's arrow.
Right in the eye.
Well, not even that, just Cupid, Valentine's Day. Well, not the arrow, stuff like that, having the killer utilize that. Even though it was out of a force multiplier and not a crossbow or a bow itself, they used that.
The throwing knives, those were a nice touch, too, with the little heart in
They
it.
use a machete. They use a bunch of stuff, but I did appreciate the arrow. It was a mainstay for the killers.
Did you like how it like expanded with the push of a button?
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. But yeah, that's Hard Eyes. There's not really much more to explore.
Yeah.
That's the
we end up with the 1 year jump and the stereotypical rom-com ending with the proposal, and Jay and Allie are now engaged, and so sweet.
And you were expecting a bit of a twist to come in there, maybe Hard Eyes 2.
Well, you get a mid-credit scene.
Let's hear it.
And it's
the sequel has been rumored, so
it did just well enough. Maybe got some of that sweet Netflix.
I mean,
money.
it also probably didn't cost a lot to make.
Let's see. Let's check it out. While he's doing that, what's the mid-credit scene?
Mid-credit scene is Allie receiving a phone call, and it's a prank from Monica. And then, as she congratulates the couple, the call cuts off immediately, right in the middle. So it can lead to a sequel. But I was going to say the budget was $18 million, and they made $33.1 million off of it.
There you go. 18 mil, that's it, huh?
That's good enough to make a sequel. Yeah.
I mean,
that's good enough for a sequel.
And that box
and it's probably done pretty well. Yeah. It's probably done pretty well streaming and at home and overseas and stuff. That's a pretty good return for that kind of movie.
78% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's a good score.
Yeah, it's hung in there. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's
because they.
Yeah, John, say it.
I mean, you get the Rotten Tomatoes number is, we know at this point a little skewed because it's the number of positive reviews overall. So it could be 51, like a 5.1 review, but it's still considered positive.
Sure.
But I don't know. I found us some reviews. I didn't find a lot to dislike about Hard Eyes, but I found us some people who didn't like it and some people.
Let's hit
it
before we do our top 5. Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah. So 5-star. Absolutely loved this movie. It had moments that were kind of cringy, but it was so cheesy and funny that I would watch it again. If you like slashers, romance, and comedy, then this movie ticks all of the boxes. I would agree with most of that. I don't think it's not a 5.
No.
But I would agree with pretty much everything else in there. It has its cringy moments. It's definitely cheesy, but it's the fun cheese.
Fun cheese, and it's genre blending, which makes it difficult to give it to rate it against horror movies. But slasher is out there. It is in the Venn diagram. So all right, 5, huh?
Yep. Yep. Somebody else less so. 1 star.
Okay.
This movie was genuinely unbearable. The acting, the dialogue, the plot, all very unbearable. And this is my first Rotten Tomatoes review I've ever written in 20 years. It made me so mad when I seen this movie was rated 80%. Please do not spend money to see this in theaters.
One of those.
This is the person who brought it down to 79.
I was gonna say this person can't believe that the majority of other people would disagree with this person. I've met this person before. You've met.
I mean, that's always my least favorite rationale for a bad review is this is rated too high, so I have to make it lower.
Which good luck with that, buddy. But nah, you didn't. You thought you were getting a different movie. That's probably what happened here.
He thought he was getting a rom-com.
I think.
And
the other way, but I appreciate that humor.
Oh.
Yeah, I think probably it's probably straight horror there, but I found someone who liked it even less.
No.
Oh yeah, we have a 1/2 star review. And it starts, I would have loved to give this piece of crap 0 points.
I love that you read the misspellings. It's my favorite part.
The characters were so dumb and poor written. The story was total nonsense and the acting was terrible. I cannot understand any of the positive reviews here. Don't waste your time.
Well, I mean, I could see why some people would go there, but it's not that serious. You've got to, like I said, the genre blending and stuff. You have to rub your 2 brain cells together, Mr. Half-Star Review, and understand that this isn't that. It's a different experience.
They're not. There's not a reinvention here. This isn't something that's meant to be Sinners or Frankenstein or Weapons. This is, it's sort of the horror elements are sort of retro. They sort of go back to, the 80s and 90s slashers with RomCom thrown in, and it's fine.
It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to, you're not supposed to think. You're supposed to go in there, enjoy it, get some laughs, ironically get some laughs, see some kills, and just have a good time. Like, don't take it serious. Like, it's okay to take some, as we mentioned, Sinners, Weapons, Bring Her Back. It's okay to take film seriously, but, there's these slashers that you don't have to take seriously.
Some of them are big stinkers, too. Yeah. Like, particularly in that list.
Yeah. Have fun with it. I mean, so I would say, I would sort of split the difference here, and I'd go about a 3.5.
I'm with you on that.
It's about a 3.5.
I don't mind a 3.5 for this one either. I'll stick to that. I could head down to 3, but I don't want to join the idiots. Like, I'll give it a 3.5 because it was a risk too. They didn't have to try something new, and they did, and it worked. And bravo! It is what it is, kind of thing. I liked it.
Yeah,
it's a monumental episode now.
Don't make a sequel. We don't need a sequel necessarily, but
I watched this right after I watched Begonia, which is a great film.
That's quite a split in movies, right?
So
there.
I expected myself afterward to be like, well, I did. My initial reaction to this was like, ugh, what am I watching? But then I was like, no, this is the vibe. This is the ride. You got on a different kind of ride.
Yeah.
And as soon as I brain switched about 20 minutes into the movie, I started to really enjoy it more. So I think it's what you people have to do out there. If you haven't seen it yet and you've listened to this whole episode, oops, maybe you shouldn't do that next time. And also, just enjoy it. Switch it up when you're watching different types of horror movies. Switch up your expectations.
Have fun. Movies are fun.
The point.
Yeah. Allow yourself to have fun with movies.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even the serious films.
Yeah, well, that's like my favorite.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Irishman, Goodfellas.
Random.
Bring her back.
Way to go with it. Yeah.
Bring her back.
Schindler's List. I mean, these great.
Oh,
serious
I was going to
movies.
mention that. You went on that route.
I was just doing it to be extreme.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love Schindler's
Boy in the
List.
striped
alright.
pajamas.
Oh,
real
God,
serious.
Life
films,
is beautiful.
Real serious movies.
Yeah.
Sideways.
Sideways is a great movie. The fake Charles Bukowski quote in that movie is also phenomenal. Yeah. All right, everybody, you ready?
All right.
Top
Yes,
five.
for top fives. All right, so tonight I
Top
went
fives.
with top 5 relationships in horror films. Figured it's Valentine's Day, or it's the week of Valentine's Day. Let's go for it. And listen, sometimes when you love something, it doesn't have to be a person. And for Arnie in 1983, in John Carpenter's Christine, it wasn't a person, it was a car. That luscious, the luscious 1958 Plymouth Fury, all red, bright, but don't scorn the car because it's a little jealous and it's going to start going crazy when, it's learning that you're getting treated badly and it's not a good relationship. I mean, for Arnie it was, till the end. Which leads to number 4, to another relationship. You just got to keep feeding me, Seymour.
Oh,
and that's Little
boy.
Shop of
Great
Horrors.
movie.
1986. Love
John
it.
loves
Rick
musicals too,
Moranis.
so this one's really going to be one of his favorites.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? You don't like Little Shop of Horrors? Not even a little bit?
It's fine. It's fine. I have a little love for it, but yeah, no, in general, I'm not big on the musical.
I feel you like the original one more, the black and white one.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
more
that's
serious
fair to
tone.
say. But it's fine. I have nothing against it. It's just the musical element holds it back.
I love the music, and I don't know, just seeing Rick Moranis and Ellen Green. You got Vincent Gardenia, Steve Martin, and the voice of Levi Stubbs as Audrey too. It just works, and the relationship that Seymour has with Audrey 1, and trying to help her out and trying to help his beautiful plant Audrey 2 out. It's just the whole mess of fun, and if you've never seen it, give it a shot. It's got like a Rocky Horror Picture Show vibe, I feel.
It does.
Yeah. The puppeteering saves that movie and brings it to another level too. And you have Audrey too.
Oh yeah.
The voice and everything, but when you have it, like the way they're doing the mannerisms of the plant while it's speaking and during those scenes elevates that movie quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. And just, the Feed Me Seymour, it sticks with you since a kid. Like this franchise. Listen, I always mention it. I love it. It is Scream, I'm going to say it, but it's the relationship between Gail Weathers and Dewey Riley. All right? That relationship started in 1996, exactly when Courtney Cox and David Arquette actually started their relationship. And I guess each movie follows each step when, they meet in Scream. They're like estranged in 2. They're separated in 3, married in 4, divorced in 5. You get this like whole like side story of their relationship, and it's pretty cool for a horror film. And it's long-standing.
And in the middle of all that, you get David Arquette as WCW champion.
Nice.
Yes, he beat Jeff Jarrett in a 3 steel cage match, like the movie. What was that movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond the Mat.
No. That was
that
was the documentary.
That was the documentary. I know a movie.
With the King.
Yeah.
Oliver Platt's in it. I will rule you. So, good actors.
I'm blanking on the name.
Wow.
I want to do something. I don't love a lot of plastic surgery, so I'm trying to derail this completely. So Courtney Cox looks like this.
I love you. You're so hot on that show.
Courtney Cox looks like this now.
Friends?
This is what she looks like. And I'm not like into super amounts of work. I mean, that's a kind photo too. There's worse ones out there. So to me, every time I see Courtney Cox, I see this.
Listen, anything after 1996 is downhill.
I see this.
I'm sorry. Don't strike me down, please.
This is what I see.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You went with Hannibal. Yeah. You went with Vigor. You went with Vigor right
Yes,
here.
I did. And I also, also Googled that as gross guy from Hannibal, by the way, and he popped right up. So I'm very proud of myself.
Of
But
course
yeah,
you did.
Courtney
Well, that's
Cox
after.
should be looking, normal. Like I'm not going to yell at anybody. They can do what they want with themselves. But I just wish that she didn't look like the guy from Hannibal now. That's all.
She should have taken the substance. That's all I'm gonna
She
say.
would have been a decent one to cast in that movie, but I think she looks like she has too much
Mhm.
work for that movie. Maybe it would have
Yeah,
worked with the movie. I don't know. What do you guys think?
she could have been the
Mm.
ending creature.
Demi Moore has far
Or
less work than Courtney Cox does. She's work, but not
Yeah.
that much
oh
work.
yeah,
But anyway, back to you.
it doesn't overpower.
Demi Moore works better in
She's
that for
also a
me.
superior
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and like this, my number two. There's superior actors in here, and this relationship is between Jonathan Harker, Mina Harker, and Dracula, and I'm talking about Bram Stoker's Dracula, 1992, Francis Ford Coppola. Just the love triangle, especially like I read the book and then watched the movie right after, and the comparisons and the build up between what Jonathan goes through and Dracula realizing that this is his lost love, and Mina reincarnated, and that whole love triangle and the build up. Plus the movie, yeah, I mean, you got Keanu Reeves, Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder, Anthony Hopkins, Sadie Frost. You got, I'm skipping on his name, and I hope you don't curse me, Kearns. Princess Bride.
Harry Ellis.
Yes, he's in Bram Stoker's Dracula too. Um, again, going back to the relationship, it's that whole romance and the build, and that leads to my number one, the classic couple, the Addams family, Morticia and
That's
Gomez,
a good one.
and I'm going with Raul Julia and Angelica Houston. I grew up with John Astin and Carolyn Jones as a kid, but once you see those
Mhm.
movies, Raul Julia and Angelica Houston's it for me. That's my Addams family.
I mean, it's always gonna be Carolyn Jones and
John
John
Astin.
Astin for me, but Raul Julia, it's so good in that role. Angelica Houston is amazing. Those two Adams Family movies are
Mhm.
awesome.
Well, it's the like they keep the same relationship, but the new ones are a little more darker, of course, because they were able to get away with it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the original, the original sitcom, horror sitcom in the '60s, like you saw a little bit of it, but it was more like the comics at that time, where like Gomez was like he wasn't a buffoon, he was very smart, but he had fun, and like Morticia was there
Hmm.
just to support him, and they take that dark turn in the movies, which works so well.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's my top five relationships in horror movies. And John, I'm curious to see which way you went with your list.
Which way?
I went somewhere I've never gone with one of my fives, and I'm not going to talk about. It's going to be pretty short, I think, because there's not a lot of descriptions of the movies, because they're pretty much movies you all know. But I went with five awesome uses of love songs in horror movies.
That's why he's been singing love songs. Len, are you?
All right, let's
Yes.
get
Oh,
this over
Yes.
with.
I've been singing. I've been singing one love song. I'm not gonna sing these. The only one I'm gonna sing all night is "Amazed." But so my number five shows up in the John Carpenter movie "In the Mouth of Madness," and it's "We've
We've
Only Just
only just
Begun" by the
begun.
Carpenters.
Isn't that also in? Is that 1408? They do that as well, or is that a different
Yep.
version? Okay,
Yes.
cool. I know
Yep.
a thing. All right.
Yep. Yep.
Whew,
You
Yep.
know
I
things.
know a thing.
I it's so like the inspiration for this list is it's not just Amazed in Hard Eyes, but like the whole soundtrack is love songs, and I just love sort of the split of like the horror on the screen and this love song playing through it. It kind of like I love how that
Yeah, it's
works,
great.
and I got that a lot in this list. Like my number four is a twofer, we'll call it, because it's two Air Supply songs
Nice.
in two different movies. We get from Strangers Pray at Night, making love out of nothing at all.
Okay.
And we go to Slither for Every Woman in the World, because you're every woman in the world to me.
Good one.
Oh, that scene with Michael
I
Rooker.
mean, Air Supply is like the perfect like cheese love song band. You know, that the high pitched vocals and the ballads, and They're such a cheesy band that way, but they work. My number 3 might be the most famous use of a love song in a horror movie, and it comes from Conjuring 2, and it's Elvis's Can't Help Falling in Love.
Yep.
Patrick Wilson has a little performance with that in there, which is pretty epic. It's probably the best part of Conjuring 2. Might be the best part of the Conjuring franchise, but that's for another episode.
That's
I'm
from
going
part
to be
2.
real cranky for that episode. All right.
My number 2 is one of my favorite Tom Atkins movies. It's Night of the Creeps, and it's Smoke Gets in Your Eyes by the Platters.
All right.
And number 1 is a movie I've brought up before. I think I have to put it on the calendar. It's Werewolves Within.
Okay.
And it's the Savage Garden song, Truly, Madly, Deeply.
One of my favorites.
That's a good song.
That song had a chokehold on the radio for a while.
Yeah, it did. Right about the same time as
Yeah,
Amazed.
you're right.
Yeah.
It was a whole epidemic.
Yeah, I remember. Well, I was working at a record store at the time, so I sold a lot of those 2 albums.
I bet you they were.
Well, a lot of those 2 CD singles for sure.
My uncle used to listen to it. He had a laser disc thing he was using. It was like a weird player. Yeah, they had the fancy stuff. They had the money, and he had some crazy laser disc mini thing he was using, and for Savage Garden.
What are you listening to? Sublime. All right.
Savage Garden.
Nope, Savage
Sublime.
Garden.
No, not that. He loved that cheesy crap. That whole Robin Hood soundtrack he played all the time.
I can't tell you how hard I tried to find a Bryan Adams song to put on this list.
There wasn't a good one in a horror movie.
No,
Run
I
to
mean, no. Like the one that gets popped up in a couple of horror movies is this Christmas song. That's Something About Christmas Time.
Wow.
Because that's in Violent Night, and I think it's in another Christmas-themed movie, but it's not a love song, so it didn't count.
Fair.
Fair enough. But all right, guys.
Yeah.
But this is a kind of an evergreen list. I can probably come back to this a whole bunch of times.
Read and don't. All right, so this was Hard Eyes, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the episode, and we're going to get out of here.
Have a good one and a happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Miserable Valentine's Day. It's a terrible holiday.
Happy Valentine's Day, you filthy animals.
No trademark sign off, John? There.
See ya. See ya.
There we go.